operating Nigeria's maritime waters.
The loss of the Bakassi Peninsula remains a sore point for Nigeria. Since the 2002 ICJ ruling and the 2006 Green Tree Agreement, Cross River State has grappled with the loss of vital maritime and oil assets. But a coalition of 46 civil society groups is now raising fresh concerns following new findings on the matter. Meeting in Abuja, the Center for Credible Leadership and Citizen Awareness claims the handover went too far.
The Cross River Estuary was not extinguished nor nullified by the ICJ judgment. The estuary remains Nigeria's natural mouth of the sea and a gateway to Nigeria's internal waters, thereby providing Cross River State with direct, littoral, offshore access to the Atlantic Ocean.
It has succeeded in not only ceding Nigeria's territory to a neighboring country, but has also created very serious bad blood between two sister states here in Nigeria, Akwa Ibom and Cross River.
Gabriel argues that the court only ceded southern settlement, meaning the Cross River Estuary and Western Island should still be under Nigerian control.
Cross River Estuary and the Western Bakassi Peninsula Islands of Bay Spring 1 and 2, Abana and Kwa Island, were not ceded under the ICJ judgment. Nigeria therefore continues to maintain maritime boundary continuity between Cross River Estuary and the Akwa River Estuary.
Legal expert Sam Amadi asks that historical error may have wrongly stripped Cross River of its oil wells and think it's something worthy of review.
Cross River was wrongly denied ownership of the oil wells, and something should be done as a matter of both justice, national security, and economic development of this country to revisit that decision and reverse the errors.
They are asking for a presidential review of the oil wells report and a full investigation into how transboundary revenue is being shared.
Let's bring you this update now, as there are concerns regarding, the new ADC. Now, amid the African Democratic Congress's national leadership rejection of Senator Ireti Kingibe's suspension by Wuse Ward, the group has approached the Abuja Federal High Court and the national leadership of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, to restrain the federal lawmaker from parading herself as a member of the party. Now, the development comes 48 hours after the legislature's indefinite suspension by the party's Wuse Ward Executive Committee. Now, in an originating summons filed by the ADC's lawyer, Maxwell Okpara, the party asked the courts to declare that the Wuse Ward Executive Committee has the constitutional authority to discipline and suspend members within its jurisdiction. The document is also asking the court to affirm that the suspension of Kingibe, who represents the FCT at the National Assembly, remains valid and subsisting. The plaintiffs in the suit marked Okezu Godfrey Kanayo, chairman of ADC in Wuse Ward, and the ward secretary Isaiah Ojonugwa Samuel. The ADC members filed the suit on behalf of themselves and the Wuse Ward Executive Committee.
After her suspension, he went ahead to say that the National Working Committee, in quote, said that he has not been suspended. And we said, maybe he's well in ignorance. The National Working Committee has no right to suspend you. You should be suspended where you register. That is your ward. The ward ESCO has suspended you and communicated to the National Working Committee. We decided to approach the court so that the court will make the order. That is why we are in court. We have filed the processes.
During the electioneering period, this election that just passed through, the local government election, throughout we never saw her. She didn't come out to campaign anywhere. She never worked with the party structure. You can't create your own structure outside the party structure. Everybody, even the president of this country today, has a word where he comes from. We heard about money that was given to her from the national especially just before the election, so that she will add whatever she wants to add and see how she can assist us during the election. Throughout, we never saw anything.
All right, my guest is already in the studio. I'm talking about a legal practitioner who's based right here in the FCT. I'm talking about Dr. Maxwell Okpara. Thanks for joining us on the program tonight.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's been quite a while. You've been everywhere since this year began, except our studios. I don't understand why that is.
That's a struggle.
Anyway, talking about you being everywhere, you were right there at the court, Federal High Court today, and that was you. What is this going on about Ireti Kingibe? And she only just joined ADC, and look what is, snowballing out of control almost immediately.
Well, I'm just a lawyer doing my...
There is nothing just there, Doctor.
Doing my work. So just like you see one of the members of the ESCO, that's the AMAC ADC chairman.
That's right.
So they approach my office. They have the facts, I have the law. So I present their facts in line with the law, which I just did. So they allege a lot of things, since after the election of area council election, which ADC did not perform well. So they were on the who is presumed to be the leader of her in line with the Constitution. So, and they have communicated to the AMAC ESCO. AMAC ESCO will communicate to the FCT. FCT will now communicate to the national. That is the hierarchy. So it is now left for the national to come in. That is, they are the father of the party, to come in, because it's not everything that you can resolve through court. You can resolve matter through ADR, internal mechanism of the party. So going to court probably has a lot of things. It may be to drag them, for them to come and see what they are crying at their own level. Okay. So whichever that is the case, the matter is in court. So it is now left for the party to decide how to resolve it.
But it's looking like it's rather too early, according to some political watchers, for someone highly placed like Senator Ireti Kingibe to start having issues, in the new party she just joined and all of that. I mean, from your view.
I think when you have problem, there's no need of postponing the evil day. If you have a problem, get it solved. Just like PDP, problem of PDP started long. So, and it has reached to this stage. If they resolve it now, before the election, the better, than for some other parties, their own problem to start few months or few weeks to the election. So from my own interaction with these people, they did not enter into that area council election with one mind. And the thing affected them in the outing. And they believe that, let us get it corrected now before we get into the main election. So I think there is nothing bad about it. So going to court is an avenue to tell court this is the appropriate thing to do. So it is now left for the party, just like as I said, I hear them saying, to call all the aggrieved members to a round table. What is the problem? Are you getting what I'm saying? So the matter has gone to court. I think we should leave it at that.
Absolutely. Let's leave that at the spot where it is for now. Let's focus on, our concern for today, and that's the politics of 2027 and the concerns being raised by the 2026 Electoral Act as amended. Now, a lot of persons are concerned that, it was supposed to solve the issues raised by concerned Nigerian civil society organizations, political watchers, analysts, and all of that. Even legal practice, some of your friends in law regarding this electoral act. But rather, many more issues have been pointed out, and a lot of holes have been plugged in the Electoral Act that has been amended, and it gives a lot of Nigerians a lot of worry, and many issues have been raised. How many of them have you been, privy to?
To me, I adopt the submission of Professor, my friend, and brother, Professor Chede Ansala Modenkan. Our problem, as it has to do with our electoral process, is not the law. It's not a legal framework. Our problem is the people. When I mean the people, the stakeholders. When I mean the stakeholders, the politicians, the security agents, the umpire, the INEC, and the judiciary. These are the problem. If you like, amend, and I can ask you this question. Let me say, since 1999, has there been any time we finish any general election without clamoring for amending the legal framework?
But that's because it has never been perfect. Nobody expects it to be perfect, but it has never been at par with what the people really need.
No. I want to tell you that there are some people that don't even have a legal framework in their election. In fact, they don't even do election. But you see things moving.
Consider the kind of government they run.
Yes, I'm coming. Let me just use card reader. We started, I think, in 2010. Yes, that was in 2000.
That was in 2010.
In 2010. Now, we use card reader, spend all the whole money. When the matter gets to court, what did the court say? The court said that card reader was not recognized by the Electoral Act. That ends it. We pack all the whole card reader. I don't know where they packed them when I start talking about amending the law. Jonathan now came, and the law was amended. And we now came up with this BVAS and what have you. So what happened? They said technical glitches and what have you. See, if
those card readers now, was it really 2010 or I think 2011?
Whichever way.
I think 2011.
Whichever way.
Right.
Now, the point I'm making is that all these issues, pull this one, don't pull this one, pull this one, don't pull this one, is because of lack of trust and people failing to do what they're supposed to do. Are we supposed to be talking about amendment of the law at this stage, where you voted and you entered into a booth, they gave you how many ballot paper? 3. One for Senate, one for House of Rep, one for President. You voted, put in this, and they uploaded it. Do everything. At the same time, only for them to tell you that of Rep, no problem. House of Rep, no problem. Senate, no problem. That of President, there's technical glitch. And we continue to move forward. So the point I'm making is that it is not the law. If you like, amend this law, continue to amend, people continue to submit a memo. If we don't change our attitude, if the INEC fail to do what they're supposed to do, I'm talking about the electoral umpire, the security agents fail to do what they're supposed to do, the judiciary fail to do what the politician fail to do, we will still come back until we will see something which Omoyele is calling revolution.
Dr. Maxwell, let me tell you why many Nigerians believe that it has to do with the law. The kind of democracy that we practice in the first place, we have a bicameral National Assembly, which a lot of people believe is a waste of resources to begin with. I'll come to that later. Now, you have the electoral umpire INEC. You have, the electoral laws as you have it now. In the case you cited, if the law was stronger at that time, that issue wouldn't have arisen in the first place. Imagine if mandatory transmission of electronic results was mandatory in the Electoral Act at that time. There won't have been issues of technical glitches as it has become a phrase today. It's still haunting Nigerians as we speak. Now, this is the reason many Nigerians, civil society organizations are clamoring for a stronger legal framework that will guide the elections. And they came up with this. And yet, it appears it has gone south, not exactly as they want. Let me take you back to Section 138, which limits the grounds for challenging an election only to corrupt practices, non-compliance and not being elected by a majority of lawful votes. And, you know, Christians are arguing about it a lot. Now, look at that section 138. Is it possible, is a repeal possible?
Of course.
Considering the time that we have.
Of course, you can repeat the law under 2 days. It's as simple as anything.
Now, the issue of attitude now comes in. But look at the time that we have.
We are still talking about the same thing. And I want to say this with low voice. You see, when you're talking about judiciary is everything, is number one in any democratic setting. And when you have a functional, tell me any progressive state, I will tell you the functional, that tell me any functional judiciary, and I will tell you the functional state. Listen, let me tell you, when the politicians, Nigerian politicians are misbehaving because we don't have judicial activism. What do I mean? How can INEC, let me just give you an instance, INEC, you come up with a rule, and every organization, including judiciary, let me just tell you, in FCT, we have FCT High Court rules. In Federal High Court, we have Federal High Court rules. We still have Federal High Court Act. We still have FCT High Court Act. Now, all these acts and laws are there. So the Constitution gave every organization, including CBN, the power to make their rules and policy. And after making that rule, I'm talking about INEC in this instance, people followed that rule to queue in for election, participate in election, only for the judiciary to rule that INEC policy guidelines is not part of the law. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
Now, where I'm going is that whatever thing that we said in this particular law, we have criminal-minded politicians who are ready to defeat whatever thing that we are planning, just for them to have their way. So it is now left for the judiciary. When we are talking about judiciary, if the judiciary now pass a judgment in line with the mandate of the people, removing technicality, we are talking about justice, for goodness sake.
All right.
We will see that we'll get it right. So that's why when they are talking about amendment of the law, I have looked at it. I have submitted, every time they are talking about amendment of the Electoral Act, I do submit memo. I do participate in the public hearing. But I discovered that I'm just wasting my time. Let us change our attitude. And when I'm talking about our attitude, we don't expect a politician, especially these characters that we have, called Nigerian politicians, that don't even care about any other thing apart from themselves and how to loot. If the judiciary is there and they know that that place is Ogo area, they'll be forced to do the right thing. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. The issue of rigging the election, doing anything that you needed to do and ask you to go to court should not even come up. So this issue of the laws that you people are talking about, I'm tired of reading them.
What do you,
when
the lawyer says he's tired
I'm tired of reading them.
What will the ordinary Nigerians do?
Because I was discussing with a friend, and he said that I don't even know what to tell clients. Because most of the clients, they are not lawyers, but they read. And when they read, they ask you a question, what is coming out from the court? We find it difficult to explain. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. Okay. I continue to hammer it. That is where we get it right. If our judges, our judiciary are ready to ensure, we don't need so many laws. We don't need so many laws. Because the judiciary is there to interpret the Constitution, is interpret the law. Where there is a lacuna, that is where, because the Supreme Court is a policy-making court. Because most of even these laws that we are talking about, somebody can go to court, just like Electoral Act 2010. Most of the sections has been rendered inconsistent with the Constitution by the court. They're no longer ineffective. So these particular laws that we are citing now, somebody can approach Federal High Court. My Lord, court, this particular section offends the provisions of the Constitution. Of course, you know what the Constitution said.
After the Constitution supersedes.
Yes, wherever any act of the National Assembly, any law that is inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution, that particular law remains inactive. It can be applied as a valid law. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. So it is the judiciary. It is the judiciary that will give us where to go. Had it been that in that particular 2023, I'm telling you by now, if you watch after that, when the presidential election was coming up, you will see our politicians, they started behaving somehow. Some started visiting their distance. That time, that in 2023, people thought that everything...
Oversight functions,
you
that
see
National
them
Assembly members were not doing before.
Immediately after that announcement of that presidential election, everything changed. Everything changed. I know what I'm telling you. I'm not here to paint words. I'm here to tell you. And I believe that those who are watching me will know that, yes, I'm hitting the nail on the hammer.
You mentioned attitudinal change.
Yes.
Which is very critical.
Yes.
You don't have people of such high caliber integrity that much as we speak, except a few people like, the electoral staff in Akwa Ibom State, I guess, who was sent two professors to jail for infractions, and if you talk about attitudinal change, for somebody's attitude and integrity to be intact in issues like elections, you will still need the law to put them in check. You see? Because when somebody knows that the penalty for so and so and so is that and that and that, the attitude will still be, to some extent, human and in check. So, if that's the case, people in Nigeria believe that the law still needs to be strengthened more than it used to be. And look what we have.
We are still talking about the law. And Amaka, I can tell you, I'm a researcher. And I know what I'm talking about. If I begin to mention various laws that we have, even this one, all these ones that are trying to criminalize forgery in the electoral act, there is a lot of laws that talks about forgery. That are there.
Have been taken care of?
Yes. I am saying, duplication of the law cannot help us. It is all about, you see, why I don't want to dwell much on our judiciary, on our politicians, is that we have known their attitude and they don't care. What they're interested is, let me get that election. I am telling you that when they discover that whatever thing that you're doing, you won't have your way in judiciary, they will have a rethink. I know what I'm telling you. Now, we are talking about decision. Only one decision somebody took in Abia State. That woman, that Professor Nenna.
I remember.
Yes. You know, when that result came from Obingwa, and the history have it that that was where, if you want to rig election from Obingwa, so as if the woman knew. So people wrote, protested. He said no. Call, we are coming. He said no, I won't take this result. We must get it right. He cancelled that result and ordered for error. That singular act, go and see the dividend in Abia State. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. So now, it's only few of them that can take such a firm decision against all odds. Now, when we are now talking about judiciary, and somebody presented a particular matter to you, of course, you don't need to apply technicality because people's life, people's destiny, anything that has to do with the society, anchored on election. And Mark, I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. Okay. Because when you elect an expired criminal as a governor, guess what will happen? Because he is going to apply his criminal tendency in looting the fund of the state. So, but if we have the judiciary that will say no, we will get it right, nullify that election, you cannot benefit from your own criminality. We are heading, we will achieve it. I'm not against about what the law, the amendment, where they are saying that, yes, we make sure that you transmit at right time, what have you. There, that particular, somebody is going to be the agent. Somebody is going to be the police officer. And when you are saying that we are not going to allow this to happen, they will come through tear gas there. In Kogi State, during the election, we see the use of police helicopter shooting, assisting in rigging election.
You mean the governorship election
in Kogi
2019?
State? Yes, in Kogi State, all of us witnessed it. And nothing happened. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. So if the people now said, we are going to vote, and we are going to protect our vote, and the criminal-minded politician is already having the military and the police with him, He will just come to that polling booth, throw tear gas, everybody will scare everybody away, and move the copper and the INEC staff to somewhere. And they will be in that place to transmit the results.
Okay.
I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. Probably the thing is happening at Asokoro Primary School. They move it to another side of Asokoro. And the person now will now transmit the result there. So it has to do with our people. Then when such a thing happened and somebody complained, no, we did not sign, see what actually happened. You cannot ask that person to prove it. You look at it with a broad mind. That is the only area to move forward. So all these laws that we are citing, amending, not amending, while we are preparing for election, and they continue to amend, those people in the National Assembly, all those laws, they are looking for how the thing will suit them, both the red and the green chambers. If any Nigeria is thinking that those people are there for you, you're wasting your time.
You sound very confident that the solution largely lies in the hand of the judiciary.
Yes.
All right. But the judiciary is not entirely, completely independent. This is what I mean. It is the politicians who also, when they get in government, who also appoint members, the handlers of the judicial arm of the government. So how can the independence, therefore, of the judiciary be guaranteed?
That somebody, that your father trained you from primary school to secondary school, trained you, nurture you, and your father is doing a bad thing, and your father now asks you to go and steal. You say that you can't even apply your common sense. You say that is my father. That somebody appointed you as a judge or recommended you as a judge. And the thing now, the person now will now make you can't even remember where you're coming from, your background, your children, your in-laws, those who believe in you. I don't believe in that. I believe in, let me tell you, there are some judges, those of us that are practicing, will tell you they are antecedent. In fact, if you have a matter in their court, I will ask you to go and sleep. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. So the issue that, yes, I understand the area you're coming from, but there are some judges, people appointed them, and they still do the right thing. What happened to Jonathan and Jega? Jonathan has every right to remove Jega. He did not remove Jega. In other words, I can tell you that Jonathan also appointed Jega. What happened? He declared the result against Jonathan, and nothing happened. We have seen a lot of people. What's the name? When Ribadu was Ribadu, that time he was EFCC chairman. He arrested his boss, Tafa Balogu, handcuffed him. Did heaven fall? We have seen people that have given judgment against their own state. Judges that have given judgment against their own tribe.
Okay.
Of course, that is the oath. So the issue of that somebody using it as an instance is when somebody don't want to do the work you are sworn to do. So that issue should not even come up. I believe that they can still get it right. The judiciary can still get it right. Because one, and Marcos, do you get what I'm saying? You discover that now, most of all these senators, there are some senators that have been there for how many years? Over 15 years. There. They have not even traveled to their place. You ask, how do they manage to come? Some of them, they don't even know them. Do you know what they are doing? They are making arrangements, saving money on how to rig the election.
Now, let me still ask you questions regarding, attitude and integrity and what have you. What if it is not rewarded? How can, individuals and Nigerians in positions of authority be encouraged to, putting it quite simply, do the right thing? For instance, the resident electoral commissioner in Ekiti State in 2007, what's her name again? Ajoke Adebayo, right? Who disappeared results and then refused to announce it. She wasn't prosecuted, she wasn't sent to court, but she was relocated from Ekiti State. And then you have Mikey Guinea, I mentioned him earlier. I mean, how do you now encourage individuals to be firm, to uphold integrity, to, as I said, do the right thing and encourage others to uphold the law, as it were?
See, these things are very simple. It's as simple as anything. You can do it. It's all about somebody. I continue to say, knowing where you're coming from. Do you know why I continue to use judges? Because I believe that as a judge, you have arrived. Basically, you can take care of yourself and take care of your family. What are you looking for? Do you get what I'm saying? You're educated, you are well placed, you have the respect in the society. Now, this is quite different from that motor park tout that a party is recruited to go and represent the party in the polling booth.
Okay.
I'm not also talking about that particular politician who has been a governor, from a governor to a senator, from a senator to minister, from minister. They continue to rotate.
Recycle them.
I say, because one, he knew what he has committed and they don't want to leave the corridor of power, knowing fully well what will happen to him.
Because of the immunity clause?
Yes. So, not even the immunity clause, because if you're in the corridor of power, there are some things that you can use your influence to stop.
All right.
Unlike when you're out, you can see where Malami is now. I'm talking about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 4 years ago, every year Malami. In fact, Malami is the de facto president. Now, see where he is today. Look at El-Rufai, where he is today. So they don't want to have that experience. So I'm talking about we Nigerians. If we can, of course, I will give it to Nigerians in 2023. I know what I'm saying. I was involved. Had it been that election, Nigerians came out to do the right thing. And Amako, I can tell you how many persons that left to UK to this place to come and register.
To cast their ballots for the election?
To register.
Okay.
Went back, came back to come and collect their PVC.
Okay.
Went back, came back to come and vote. And look at, based on what the immediate past INEC chairman told them, that it's going to be free and fair. And the result is going to be transmitted at the right time. I can tell you how many persons who were living in Pape as a result of demolition, they relocated to New Caro. They came in the evening, slept in the primary school for them to vote. I can go on and on. At the end of the day, one person crushed that ambition. So that is why I don't know how we're going to do it in this 2027, because National Orientation Agency, they are not working. The people that are supposed to play the role of opposition, they are nowhere to be found to encourage people. The new INEC chairman, I don't know what he's doing and how he's going to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why some people like us are suggesting that if we discover that this thing is going to cause another bloodshed, why not carry all the home money that is supposed to budget to INEC, take it to IDP camps, to motherless babies home, use some to prepare schools and what.
But this is a democracy. So it has to take its full course. There
is nothing one can do. You are talking about democracy. Why should you bring people out where you know that the result will not be counted?
But didn't people say, people like you, in most cases say that when people, come out in their numbers and participate,
just like in
2023, then what happened? There will be no way for, the despicable and, dubious politicians to
what happened?
Frustrate the process.
What happened? We are here, so when they told some people in Lagos, because we are from this tribe, we are not going to vote.
And that is why I said, what if it, that same zeal is deployed this time around?
I'm telling you what happened in the last one. Some people insisted, and some people's shop were burned. Some people are still paying that price to tomorrow because they voted against somebody they feel that's supposed to be there. So these are the issues that we're having. So what I'm saying is that Nigerians can do their own, but where the authority that's supposed to protect the interests of those who are doing it, they're not doing it, then what are we talking about? A woman went to vote in Kogi State. After voting, she was an agent. The woman went to his house and they traced the woman into the house in a broad daylight, set that place ablaze, and the woman died. Till tomorrow, nothing happened.
You see, it still boils down right back to the laws.
Not
remember Mike Gini, we mentioned him earlier, 2 professors were sent to jail in this same country. what if more pressure is deployed in order to, you know, punish offenders, electoral offenders and what have you?
And Mark, I'm telling you that we have the laws now to punish them.
So what if more pressure is applied therefore?
That's where we are. Let's see how we apply the pressure. That's where we apply. I have seen some people, they say that nobody's ready to go to court this time around, that they're going to sort it out. Some people have started saying such a thing. I've seen some people campaigning that is going to be in the polling booth. That either they get it right or they forget about it there in the polling booth.
Which means there is the zeal to participate fully in the next elections, just as in 2023.
Let's see how it goes. Let's see, after the primaries from various political parties, let's see the candidates that will emerge. Because if the candidates that will emerge, that emerge in any political party, is going to be worst from what I'm seeing, then what are we talking about?
But you know that there are also those that, you know, there's largely voter apathy at the moment.
Yes.
Considering, you know, the last local council elections in the FCT, in by-election in Rivers and Kano states and all of that.
Yes.
There is the presence of, you know, distrust for the process.
No, see what actually happened. I want to talk about that of FCT. See, I've contested election in this town.
Okay.
And I know what I'm talking about. People are no longer interested in voting in any political party.
Rather?
People are interested in the candidate that's coming out.
Okay.
One, if the party is going to give ticket, you look for the person that you're going to give the ticket. Remember what happened in 2023? Obi started in a PDP, am I right?
That's right.
PDP, give us Obi. PDP, give us Obi. I hear them saying,
okay.
PDP, should I say foolishly or ignorantly, left Obi. Obi decided to give that ticket to another person. Obi left. In few months to where? Labour Party. Am I right?
Okay.
In the space of 2 months, what happened?
Oh, of course, that gave birth to... Should I give birth? Well, the Labour Party had been there for 20 years.
Yes, and nobody...
And his emergence, you know, now, in the party, yeah,
now
we understand what has happened at this time.
The youth now move in.
And now they have a governor in Abia State.
Yeah, of course. And many people, some funny characters that used that platform to...
Many of them have jumped ship to the ruling party, the APC.
The ruling party, good. Thinking that the ruling party will save them. I am telling you that if you give the most unpopular party in Nigeria and you get a credible candidate who is ready to come and tell people, because that time Obi was going, go and verify, by the words, by the mantra, go and verify. After telling you, say, go and verify. And he was going with facts.
Apart from Peter Obi, there were other Nigerians who contested election based on their credibility and, you know, pedigree and all of that.
I know why I'm using that of Peter Obi. Do you know why I'm using that of Peter Obi? Because when Peter Obi came into a minority party in quotes, and he was able to give PDP and APC the biggest fight of their life. All of us were here, witnessed it because of what Peter Obi was saying. Now, going by the area council election, who are those that contested? Who are those that contested? Who are they? Did you see them? Because when I contested election in this town, and Amako, see, I was going from one media house to another. I was going from one market to another because that time I was APGA everything. I was APGA candidate. I'm APGA chairman.
What office did you contest for?
I'm Agbari Federal Constituency.
Oh,
and I won that election. Ask anybody.
Then what happened?
Then I was not declared winner. I was not declared winner. Because any place I go, they contribute money for me. The day I went to campaign in Pape Landlords and Tenants Association contributed 600,000 naira to me, for me.
Wow.
The day I went to Kubo, I came back there with over 300,000 naira. The day I went to Dede, as I'm campaigning, somebody's using pen and paper, going around. After everything, they say, Barrister Maxwell, we have seen what you have done in FCT, blah, 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 blah. This is what we use to support you. It's as bad as that. So, at the end of the day, what happened? APGA, people were dropping, and I have no agents. The few agents I have, they don't have touch. At Pape here, that Pape primary school.
That means funding was also an issue for you.
Of course. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is that not to talk about these people that contested. And the time I contested Federal House of Rep. I had no councillor. I have no anybody. But these people that contested area council, they have councillors that are contesting with them. The point I'm making is that they have the structure that they can use to reach out to the people. But my own, in the morning, few guys who follow me, we say we are going to Use Market today. We are going from one shop to another, telling people what we are going to do because we know that we don't have the money. Okay. Are you going to say there is no community in this town? That was when I know that some people, so our politicians are wicked. There is one village in what do you call it? In Buare, they call that place Kawu. One village there. People there we are drinking with cows in a particular stream. I witnessed it. No road. We use Okada to that place. So the point I'm making is that, so when you see that Maxwell was everywhere, somebody campaigned. Now, these people that contested, who are they? So Wike took advantage of the fact that we had no popular candidates. Probably they believe that following will be going to all this market will be there. No. Consider the fact that you're even going to contest election where Wike have interest. You should be working ahead of time. So that anybody who is using that area council election to qualify what is going to happen in 2027 is just wasting his time. So the point I'm making is that he's a candidate, not the party. He's a candidate, not the party.
All right, let's wrap this up quickly because our time is, far gone. Now, there is still the, issue of distrust for the Independent National Electoral Commission. There's a new helmsman, Joash Amokpito. This is, his first assignment has been carried out a number of elections and FCT area council elections and all of that. But many Nigerians still have this issue of, trust in the credibility of INEC. How can that be overcome before, the elections come? We're wrapping up.
As a lawyer, I have respect for that man. A professor of law, senior advocate of Nigeria. You have seen it all. God has blessed him. He should also remember someone like Professor Humphrey Moose.
That's right.
Till tomorrow, people say have respect. People say
the IBB days, yes, 1993.
Yes, people say upon all the intimidation of IBB, he refused. So I'm also using this opportunity to advise the man. Look at the immediate past INEC chairman. You have gotten the money. You have gotten the appointment as ambassador. What next? Can you come out openly? Are you getting what I'm saying? So let him use this opportunity now to write his name. If you want to do it and they refuse, to resign. I say, no, I cannot do it. What are you looking for?
Definitely Nigerians are looking forward to such a day.
As a lawyer, you are a senior advocate of Nigeria. As an academician, you are a professor. What is Tinubu going to do for you?
The countdown has begun, and Nigerians are watching to see how it pans out.
You should use 2027.
Dr. Maxwell Okpara is a lawyer based here in the FCT. Many thanks for joining us on the program.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me once again.
Thank you very much.
Happy New Year.
Exactly. We're seeing for the first time this year. I mentioned that earlier, but I want to see you more as the year progresses.
It's my pleasure. Our studio is wonderful now.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yes.
That's our show for today. Don't forget, you can follow us on all social media handles. You can also find me on all social media handles. I'll be waiting right there for you. I'll see you again tomorrow. I am Enemaku Ajochegbe. Bye for now.